Yo, what's going on everybody? Today I'm gonna be doing an unboxing on the North Bayou dual monitor stand, and as you guys can see, we're also gonna be doing a setup. You guys can probably tell by the thumbnail. So right now we're gonna get into the unboxing. I'm trying to make this video as fast as possible to explain to you guys in a relatively short amount of time so I don't take up too much of your day. So if you have this monitor, the monitor stand, the F160 model, of course, I got this black one. It's actually on Amazon for about $40, which is not a very bad price. Over here you guys can see you will immediately be greeted with the monitor stand itself and of course the instructions. Now these instructions are actually pretty useful. You guys are gonna have to actually save this because you're gonna need it later on, unless you find this video helpful enough, of course. So right now we're gonna get into the unboxing. So as you guys can see, we're gonna start off with just getting all of the pieces of this monitor out of the box. That is the first step because there's a lot of pieces in this box, guys. It's kind of crazy the amount of parts in the stand. It does look intimidating at first, but do not worry, I will explain to you guys step for step how to do it, and it's actually pretty easy, guys. And your setup is gonna look insane when this is done. Okay, so as you guys can see, we just took out the arms of the monitor stand. Now we're gonna take out these brackets as well. You're gonna basically have to use all of these parts, guys. I don't know how technical you guys are. I'm technical TOG, so I kind of like talking about these types of things. But over here you guys can see is the mounts. If you're gonna mount it on your desk, you can actually grommet mount this if your desk has like a hole in it or something. I think you can grommet mount it, or you can just, like me, I don't have a desk like that. It's just a flat desk, so I'm actually gonna use the other parts. As you guys can see, you also get all of these tools and screws in here as well, which you're also gonna need, so please do not lose any of these items that is included. You are going to need that. And then over here under the box, you guys can see we get a few other parts as well. We get the rest of the stand. And I have to say, they kind of packaged this really good because this box is quite small for the I don't know, the size of the stand. So it looks pretty good. And over here you guys can see this is the main part of the monitor stand. You're actually gonna have to use this as well. So that's basically the unboxing. First off, I'm gonna show you guys the instructions, right? So this is why I said the instructions is important, because it's showing you guys exactly what is included. As you guys can see, that screws over there are really important as well. One is for the table installation, one is for the grommet installation guide, if you guys also want to use the user manual in case. But over here we get the start with the first part of the monitor stand. It's gonna be these brackets, as you guys can see, and then these two big screws. They are literally the only two big ones in the pack, so it will probably not be difficult for you guys to find them. And over here, guys, we do have the main part of the stand, of course. So now you're just gonna line up this one perfectly. As you guys can see, it's pretty straightforward. You're gonna line both of them up like this. First off, let's just get the one in, and then we're also going to get the other one. Let's quickly just put this one aside for now, and then I'll show you guys actually how to kind of make this so it doesn't kind of fall off, because that's really important. Okay, so first off, right, we are going to take the Allen wrench provided in the pack with this monitor, guys. Now we're gonna use this, and we're quickly gonna take one of the big screws that you got with the stand, and you're actually just gonna put it in there gently. Just be careful so it doesn't like fall off. Just tighten it a little bit with your hand at first. Then you guys will see it's relatively easy if you just use the Allen wrench provided with the monitor stand. There you go. Now you're just gonna tighten it until it is secured. That is basically the gist of it. It's really easy, and the same goes for the other part of the stand as well. Also really easy. It just needs to look exactly like the other one. Line it up, and then include the screw again. Lightly tighten it with your hand, and then of course again you're gonna take the Allen wrench to kind of just like make sure the screw is actually secured. But yeah, that is basically how you connect the first part of the monitor stand. But I'm just gonna make sure it's secured because we do not want this to fall off. This is the main part, so let's just quickly make sure it's secured over here. And yeah, there you go. It seems nice and sturdy, so that's good, I guess. Over here, guys, the next part of the stands are these two parts in the pack as well. You guys will see they're also the only 2 parts that look like this. So this is actually how you're gonna line up. So for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna show you guys how to line up the stand like this. I'm gonna move it to the back later on, but this is just for the sake of the video to explain how to connect it. So you guys can see these things that's gonna connect to your desk kind of just like adds up like this. You just slide them into the stand, but they need to face like inwards, as you guys can see. Also pretty easy and really secured. I didn't really think it's gonna be, but it actually is. So over here, sorry guys, you're gonna put the monitor stand like this, and you're just gonna tighten this underneath your desk. So as you guys can see, there's a bunch of options if your desk is maybe a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner, like mine is way too thin, but it luckily did have the right setting, and as you guys can see, it's actually pretty secured, and I'm really impressed with the sturdiness of the stand. It doesn't feel loose or anything. Over here is the other 2 parts. You guys will see this round circle thing at the bottom. So that thing over there, as you guys can see, not that part. Let me show you exactly that one. That is gonna go first. This is gonna connect to your bottom part of your stand, okay? Make sure you guys actually get this right, because it's really important. As you guys can see, it can already tilt a little bit. Then we're just gonna connect the other one as well. And yeah, also pretty easy. Just line them up and you guys will see they simply press in. If you want to remove them, you can just pull them out. It's really easy. This is actually a gas spring stand, so that's also pretty good. Really premium, of course. Over here, you guys will see these other 2 parts. You're just going to connect the top of them onto the bottom part like so. They also just simply click in, so it's really easy to connect. As you guys can see, you have a lot of adjustability and a lot of movement. The only problem with these stands is, right, so if you kind of want to put your monitor a little bit more back towards the back of your desk, sometimes you need to kind of move them and move your desk so there's going to be a gap. But yeah, this is the monitor I'm gonna connect, and as you guys can see, we have a bit of a problem. Now, these stuff is also included, okay? That's why I'm using these longer screws and we're using these rubbers, okay, guys? We're also gonna need that, and as you guys can see, this is 100mm VESA mount and or 75mm as well. But my monitor is a 75 and they're pretty rare, but don't worry, luckily they included this, so you're gonna connect the screw into that rubber like so, and you're just gonna connect it like this if your monitor doesn't take the 100mm. So pretty cool of them to actually include this as well. Make sure all 4 of the screws are secured, and I actually just removed the stand from the main monitor arm just because we're quickly gonna use this. So if you have other monitor, this is the other problem. You guys can actually get these brackets. They are not included, but don't worry, I'll link it in the description. I have some from Amazon you guys can actually try out. But yeah, you're gonna use these adapters if your monitor has a weird design like this one, which I don't think a lot of you guys would have. But just in case, guys, I want to make sure this video explains every single thing you need to know about these monitor stands. You take the shorter versions of this that came with the stand, and then the small rubbers. You're gonna use those ones for this particular way of connecting a stand. So yeah, I'm just basically showing you guys the most difficult ways to connect it. I'm sure you guys are probably just have a normal monitor like a normal person, but my monitors are pretty weird, so I'm sure you guys will be fine. But just in case, this is how it looks if it is installed. It looks really good. But now we have a slight problem. The monitors are the same size, 27 inches, but they actually don't line up. So I'm actually going to show you guys how to adjust the stand so you guys can actually line up your monitor a bit more with the other one. So over here, guys, you guys are going to use the Allen wrench provided. Over here at the back, you guys can see there is a turning options and the plus and the minus as well. Then you guys can just turn this or adjust it to tighten it, or either loosen it a little bit so it can move up or down. As you guys can see, there you go. So now it is a little bit more adjustable. Over here at the back, we also have a little bit of a problem. We need to kind of adjust this, the gas spring a little bit, because it just kind of is not perfect. So that's down here in the corner if you actually want to tighten this or loosen this as well. Gonna take the Allen wrench provided again, and you're just quickly going to adjust this one. And that's basically the way I did it. And as you guys can see, now we're quickly going to adjust it to line it up nicely. Then we're going to tighten it up again. And that's basically how I want my stand. But now we're going to do cable management. Yes, guys, I'm even going to show you how to do your cable management with the stand. So luckily, they did include a really good cable management system. As you guys can see, the display port goes in here nicely, and as well as my power cord for this monitor. Just gonna put it in here at the bottom of the stand. This is a really good way to kind of connect it and to manage your cables. Over here, as you guys can see, this is how it will look. But at the bottom, of course, it's a little bit messy. So we're also going to actually take other measures, and we're gonna loosen this at the bottom. Now this is a little bit more difficult if you really want your cables to look nice. We're gonna take the Allen wrench provided, of course, and we're just gonna use the other part, the Phillips screwdriver or the star screwdriver part of this Allen wrench, whatever it's called. Then you're gonna connect the cables through here. Make sure to pull it apart if you could insert like bigger cables like this display port, but then you just screw it back up and you should have better cables. But look at this. Do you really want a desk that looks like this, guys? It's so basic and it looks good, don't get me wrong, but you can have this. You can literally have your gaming setup look like this just with this stand, guys. So make sure to get it in the Amazon link in the description, guys. It's $40 and your setup will be next level. And I really think it turned out well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.